The Calgary Flames aren't in the playoffs. The Calgary Wranglers were knocked out of the playoffs, but there is still very important hockey to talk about for the Sea of Red. Right now, the IIHF World Championships are going on, and there are a couple Flames playing in this tournament. As you can see from the thumbnail, a certain player in Martin Pospisil is dominating for Team Slovakia, and it is perfect for the future of the Flames. We will get into all of that and more in this video, but first, I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe, because just right around 20% of the people watching are subscribed. We want to get that up, so if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames, then make sure you join the fastest growing community of Flames fans on the internet. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And speaking of family, just real quick, I wanted to say a happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. I am fortunate enough to still have my mom as a major part of my life. I'm super close to my mom. She's a huge supporter of Flames Digest, so I just wanted to say a happy Mother's Day out there to all of the wonderful mothers that take such good care of us. I absolutely love my mom. Big shout out to Mama Flames Digest. But let's dive into this position that has been filled perfectly. Yes, this truly is perfect, and I'm talking about Martin Pospisil. The position I'm referring to is what so many successful, not only hockey teams, but I guess you could say just sports franchises in general, have this position that they need in order to be successful. And it's kind of like a pest, I guess. You know, he's been referred to as a rat in terms of Martin Pospisil individually, but I'm talking more about kind of the aggressor that can also score. So let's take a look at how he is doing in the IIHF tournament right now. Here's a little tweet from Ryan Pike. He said, Flames forward Martin Pospisil versus Kazakhstan at the Worlds. 2 goals on 2 shots. He was 9 for 17 in the faceoffs and was even through almost 15 minutes of playing time. That secured him the player of the game. I'm sure you saw it from the thumbnail. He's looking so handsome. Man, to me, he looks like Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. Absolutely love that movie. Well, love those movies, I should say. And love Pospisil even more. So great to see that he is playing so well. He's getting the goals. He got the goals today. Slovakia knocked down Kazakhstan 6-2. And I know a lot of people will say, whatever, you got 2 goals against Kazakhstan. Look, that's like me scoring against, the local kindergarten team. Well, you know what? Kazakhstan's better than that. And Pospisil, he got some good goals. There's a lot of better teams, I think, in the World Championships than would be in the Olympics, because it's not the best on best at the World Championships. So some of those smaller countries like Kazakhstan, like Great Britain that we saw, teams like Latvia and stuff, they're more competitive in this tournament, and it is tougher. But Slovakia obviously did get it done 6-2 here today. And man, Martin Pospisil. I'm sure we saw, most people have seen this viral moment of Yuri Slafkovsky just going crazy at the refs in the game of Slovakia against Germany. And look who is his right-hand man, well, I guess left-hand man in this photo. It's Martin Pospisil. Martin Pospisil was absolutely wreaking havoc in their game against Germany. Germany ended up winning this one 6-4. From a Slovakian perspective, the reffing was absolutely terrible. But it was great to see Pospisil up to his old tricks. He was getting under the skin of the Germans. Unfortunately, he was called for some of the penalties. Here's a classic, Pospisil. As you can see there, I know it's a grainy photo, but he's number 76, obviously. He's just wreaking havoc by the German net. And he did end up getting called, and then Slafkovsky and himself were in the box. Slafkovsky was calling the refs Mother F1, Mother F2. I can't say that on the channel here, but it was a crazy moment. Super exciting. But it's great to see that Pospisil can be a goal scorer like he was today, and that perfect aggressor, because he wasn't dirty in this game against Germany. Nothing you can say wasn't clean about what he has done so far in this tournament, and that's great to see, because it truly fills the position that the Flames have been lacking since Matthew Tkachuk got traded away. Now, am I saying Martin Pospisil is as good as Matthew Tkachuk? Of course I'm not saying that. But Pospisil has the capabilities to score goals when it matters, or at least make the right offensive plays. We saw that a bit throughout this season. He played some very good hockey at times when he was focusing on, scoring a little more. I love Pospisil. I love his aggressive side when he's able to tone it down, which I think he'll do a much better job of going into his sophomore season, because his spot on the Flames lineup is guaranteed because of the role he plays. And now that we know that he can add that offensive side, we've seen successful teams recently here. One being the Florida Panthers having their Matthew Tkachuk. You think a few years back when Washington won the Cup, they had Tom Wilson. little bit more of a dirty guy. I like Pospisil a lot more, but even guys like Brad Marchand, of course, is the number one pest / rat that we all talk about, who has a scoring side as well and has helped the Bruins be a very competitive team for over a decade now. So hopefully Pospisil can really blossom into that role, absolutely take it on, and be sensational for the Flames moving forward, not only through this retooling, but also when they are ready to contend. He will be that guy. I absolutely love him. He's such a good player. Now let's move on to Eat Bread for Canada. No, I'm not talking about you need to support Canada by eating more bread. I'm pretty sure the grain the grain institution's doing all well, but no, of course I'm talking about Andrew Mangiapane. He is the only other Flame. You can correct me on this, but I believe Pospisil and Mangiapane are the only Flames representing their countries at this year's World Championships. And as you can see here, Manj was named one of the alternate captains. He's obviously been very successful for Team Canada in the past at this tournament. He's, of course, second from left there, looking absolutely spicy. Look at his well done hair. Tavares named the captain. We've got Damon Severson on the left there, and then Colton Parayko on the right. Potential future Flame Colton Parayko. So Mangiapane is representing Canada. So far, Canada's tournament has been a little bit interesting. Their first game was against Great Britain, and they only won 4-2. It was the closest result between these two teams since, I believe, the 1938 World Cup or Olympics. I should have checked to see which one it was. But either way, it's been almost 100 years since Great Britain was able to keep this game close. And thank goodness for Connor Bedard. That's the only reason why Canada won this game, really. Thank goodness they have Bedard at this tournament, because otherwise they pretty much do look like Great Britain. But Mangiapane, from a Flames perspective, we want him to do really well. He got 0 points in that game. But Canada did also play today. They got a 5-1 win. And once again, I will say thank goodness for Connor Bedard and maybe some other fellas. Once again, Mangiapane, no points in this one, which is too bad. And correct me if I'm wrong again here, but wasn't Mangiapane on a line with like Nick Paul or someone a couple years ago, and they were so good and pretty much won the whole tournament? That was super fun. Hopefully he can rekindle some of that. And then I don't know if he'll guarantee to be a Flame next season. He's been in tons of trade rumors, but hopefully he can really pick up his game again here in the World Championships and give him some confidence going into next season if he is a Calgary Flame. We love it when he has his scoring touch. Just 2 seasons ago, he was potting goals left, right, and center. So hopefully he can get back to that. I will keep you updated on how both Mangiapane and Pospisil are doing at this tournament, since it's really the only important hockey for the Flames remaining here, I suppose. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, everyone's favorite part of the day. And yesterday we talked about how, the Wranglers, they got knocked out. It was a big bummer. And Dustin Wolf kind of got progressively worse through the Calder Cup playoffs, which was very disappointing. It wasn't necessarily his fault that they're out at all, but I like this comment here. Not all gloom and doom. DW, who I was assuming is Dustin Wolf, will bounce back. And that came from user IggyQD9VO. Pretty cool name. I hope that refers to Jerome McGinley or TJ Ginla at this point. But yes, DW, it's not all doom and gloom that he, maybe didn't have the best tournament here and hasn't ever really been able to get it done in the playoffs. He has a bunch of playoff shutouts in the AHL, but then the next game, it almost seems like it cancels out and he gives up too many, which is too bad. I know a lot of people are skeptical on whether Dustin Wolf can be the number 1 goalie of the future. I know it doesn't look great right now, but let's hope he does bounce back and can be very good for both the Wranglers, but more so the Flames in the future. I don't know how many more AHL games he's got left in him, especially in this organization. But either way, let's hope he does bounce back, and let's hope, all of those Wranglers are able to bounce back, especially the ones that will be coming up to the NHL level soon and fighting for a spot during training camp. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.